You are tuned in to the NUC NFL Draft Bible Players Spotlight Show.
Welcome back to the NUC NFL Draft Bibles Player Spotlight Show. I am your host, Chris Shanafelt, and we are presented by the College Gridiron Showcase. To nominate a player for the third annual College Gridiron Showcase and Symposium, log on to cgsallstargame.com. Stay tuned for our 2017 College Gridiron Showcase watch list presented by the NUC NFL Draft Bible, which will be posted immediately following the 2016 NFL Draft. Follow College Gridiron Showcase on Twitter at CGSAllstar. The College Gridiron Showcase, it's not where you play, it's how you play. And joining the Player Spotlight Show now is Tony McRae, the all-MEAC, the all-HBCU cornerback of North Carolina A&T. And, Tony, we appreciate you taking some time this afternoon to join the show. Take us through what your schedule has looked like over the last few months since you guys defeated Alcorn State in the Air Force Reserve Celebration Bowl.
Thanks for having me, Chris. I've just been, going day by day, working with my coaches and track coaches at my school, trying to get faster, bigger. Working with my DB coach, Sam Washington, on some DB drills, talking to my agent, Josh Arnold, just trying to stay on top of everything.
Mm-hmm. And I was told that your pro day was a couple of weeks ago. By any chance, do you know any of the numbers that you put up? And overall, were you happy by the way you performed?
I think I performed very well. I didn't get any numbers back yet, but I think I did pretty well. I really trained really hard for it, so I hope I did as good as I trained. But I think I did pretty good though. They talked to me.
Yeah. Yeah, heading in, I'm sure that's probably the biggest job interview right there of your life. What were the nerves going heading into that workout?
Yes, the nerves actually helped me through the first part of it till we hit the field. The bench press and vert and broad, I probably went up 2 or 3 just off adrenaline.
Oh, man.
Seeing NFL scouts and coaches there, so that really helped.
Yeah, I'm sure it boosts your confidence. Like you said, it gives you some more adrenaline there to work with. Seeing these guys in NFL apparel. What has the feedback been like? Do you have any idea? Were you able to chat with any scouts there following your pro day?
To Detroit Lions, I talked to Arizona Cardinals. I talked to Cincinnati Bengals. Pittsburgh talked to me a little bit. Everybody was really, congratulating, but them the guys that talked to me a little bit extra, just a little bit.
Okay. And was there anything that you wanted to prove to the scouts that were there in attendance? Were there any questions about your game that you wanted to answer?
Yeah, I'm a little undersized, so I just want to, show my athleticism a little bit, show my strength a little bit. Playing HBCU football, we kind of don't get the recognition that, big D1s do, major D1s, but I think I proved myself kind of well for separate myself from the average HBCU players.
Yeah, absolutely, and I hope everybody was tuned in to what was your final college football game. It was on national TV, that game against Alcorn State, the Air Force Reserve Celebration Bowl, and I believe it was the only game on at that time, and I remember going through Twitter and everybody was talking about it. Of course, your teammate, Tara Cohen, the running back, had a crazy game, as he usually does. So you talk about how, being there at North Carolina A&T, you guys don't get a lot of national media attention or anything like that, and that you really wanted to show off in front of the scouts, especially because you're on a little bit of the smaller side. But as we've seen in the NFL with guys like Tim Jennings and Brent Grimes, those are 2 guys that really come to my mind that are a little undersized, but their athleticism and their ball skills and just the way they're able to play that cornerback position has really helped them out, and they've had a damn nice NFL career, to say the least. And looking at your 4-year career at North Carolina A&T, Tony, your first 2 years you made, I believe it was 4 starts at cornerback. You were a big special teams contributor, and then your junior year rolls around. You earn a starting job, and you reel in 5 interceptions. And as we touched on special teams, you had a kick return for a touchdown against Alabama A&M in the MEAC SWAC Challenge. Talk about the success that you had in 2014, your junior year. Was it just a matter of getting an opportunity?
Yeah, just getting the opportunity. I played behind Toye Deja. He actually an NFL guy, so that was really what held me up a little bit. He's a very good football player. He's about 6'3", 6'2". So that's what kind of held me up a little bit. But yeah, my success was just really getting the opportunity and then taking advantage of it when I did. I kind of learned a lot from him. So it kind of play hand in hand because I learned a lot from him. So I was ready when my time came.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure in the moment, your freshman, your sophomore year, of course, a big part of the special teams, but being a cornerback, I'm sure you want to be on defense more, but now you look back and it certainly looks as if it worked out, in your favor. And I have to think that there's a lot of momentum for you and your team heading into your senior season. And, of course, now looking back, you led the team in tackles with 55. You had 3 interceptions on the season as well. What were your expectations for this past season, seeing as it was your final one as a collegiate athlete? And looking back, would you say that you reached those expectations?
Yeah, I reached some expectations. I did want to, I wanted to play Carolina a lot better than we played them, and, I wish we didn't lose to Central, but I won the bowl game. That was the goal. We wanted to open up the first bowl game. Actually, we're in the first one for HBCU, so that was the goal, and we actually did that one. My expectation was a little higher. I did want to win all my games or, play a lot better than I played sometimes. But, winning, I feel like I led my team pretty well. That was the real thing, is just trying to get better every day and, trying to prepare ourselves for that bowl game. It was kind of a little longer than, we're used to. So the extra 2 weeks, 3 weeks, when you're usually not playing football, it was kind of exciting. We're feeling like, the big guys, so to speak, the bigger D1, so it was a good experience for us, and I really feel like I reached my expectations, though.
We have the 2016 NFL Draft prospect, Tony McRae, the defensive back out of North Carolina A&T, joining us here on the NUC NFL Draft Bible Player Spotlight Show, presented by the College Gridiron Showcase. And, Tony, let's say you're able to recommend one game over the past 4 years to an NFL scout to go back and check out. What game would you suggest to them?
I got a couple games, but I think Coastal. I'll say Coastal because that was our Coastal Carolina. That was actually our first game playing, like a bigger FCS opponent. They were coming in. They was number 2 in the nation, and I think I showed up really well against them. I think I showed I really can compete. I showed that I won't quit on plays, and I really felt like that was my time to show up, and I did.
Yeah, absolutely. Against a pretty big-time quarterback over there in Alex Ross of Coastal Carolina. Yeah. And, yeah, you mentioned it. They're one of the top teams in all the nation in the FCS. And for quite a while this past season, they were the number 1 ranked team in the FCS. So a quality opponent, to say the least. And, I know that you've had some damn good teammates over there at A&T. So leaving your teammates out of it, who do you feel is the best single player that you've had to play against over the last 4 years, Tony? I mean, was there ever a quarterback or a wide receiver that you knew heading into that week it was going to be a dogfight?
Nah, not really. But I can tell you, Hargrave from South Carolina State is the best player I've seen from my eyes from the opposite team. So I say, well, he's a defensive guy though, but Javon Hargrave, the best guy I've seen with my own 2 eyes on our level anyway.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's certainly representing the MEAC. I mean, obviously now, the national media has caught on to him. But, yeah, I mean, he was an absolute freak over there at South Carolina State there on that defensive line. Going back to your game, Tony, I mean, give us a brief scouting report on yourself if you can. What would you say is your biggest strength as a defensive back, and what is one thing that you feel that you could still work on to get better at?
I can get better with, hands. You always can get better. I can get better at everything, but I feel like some of my strength is I'm not scared to get in people's faces out there. I feel like I'm a good press corner. I'm definitely a special team guy. I'm a go-get-it guy. I just got that dog mentality. Some players are gifted with talents, and I just got that mentality. I feel like that's what separates me from my competition.
And is there a part of your game that you feel is overlooked? I mean, is there a part of your game that not too many people realize or take notice of, that specific trait of yours?
I'm a corner, but my overfield tackling pretty good, though, that people really don't notice because of my size already. But, I really don't miss tackles. So I get in there.
One last question for you, and then we'll let you go. Let's say we have all 32 NFL general managers tuned in and listening to this very interview. Why should they want the defensive back out of North Carolina A&T, Tony McRae, a part of their team?
Because I'm a hard worker, for one. I lead my team, and another thing, I do anything to play. It's a difference. When with the level I come from, it's a blessing to be able to get on somebody's team, so I'm going to take advantage of it. I'm going to do anything they want me to do to be on that team. That's why a team should want me. I'm not going to tell you I can jump out of the gym. I'm not going to tell you, I'm force and foremost or nothing, but I do anything and everything I'm coached to do to my best ability.
All right, and you know what, Tony, I lied to you. Now, here's my final question. You mentioned it. Coming from North Carolina A&T, not too many people make it to a professional football career. When did it become more clear to you that you had a legit shot to further your football playing career and possibly get a shot in the pros?
Probably around watching the two guys in front of me, Devontae Graham and Deji, those two guys started over me. Deji plays in the league, and, he was taller, but I can do everything he can do. And I was a special team guy. He was just a corner. So I kind of thought, I probably could get an opportunity to play. So that's when it kind of became clear to me. But my coach always told me, but, you really don't take heed today. You try to live in the moment and just play good right then. But it was actually watching Deji play.
Yeah, seeing guys in front of you make it, I got to think is a huge boost to your confidence. And then you already know the importance of playing special teams. I mean, not only can you play cornerback, but you're an impactful player on special teams as well. And, Tony, we appreciate you taking some time this afternoon. We're certainly wishing you all the best as we're only 3 weeks away from the start of the 2016 NFL Draft. We're certainly going to be watching out to see where you land.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for having me, Chris.
There he goes, Tony McRae, the defensive back out of North Carolina A&T. Again, the NUC NFL Draft Bible Players Spotlight Show is presented by the College Gridiron Showcase. To nominate a player for the third annual College Gridiron Showcase and Symposium, log on to cgsallstargame.com. Stay tuned for our 2017 College Gridiron Showcase watch list presented by the NUC NFL Draft Bible, which will be posted immediately following the 2016 NFL Draft. Again, just 3 weeks away. Follow College Gridiron Showcase on Twitter at CGS All-Star. The College Gridiron Showcase. It's not where you play, it's how you play.